Hello guys and girls, welcome to the first video on Bilingual Spark, a fresh new channel all about language exchange in a very natural way between Chinese and English for those who don't want to learn it from textbooks. As East meets West in daily situations, language exchange could be just part of your daily adventure. Today we're going to learn some Chinese words related to the dishes from the restaurant that I'm visiting. Hello everybody! Today I'm going to have dinner in this restaurant. It's called Empire City Roast Duck in Putonghua. It's called, and the restaurant is called 大步烤鸭, which means in English, as you can see, Empire City Roast Duck. So the name says it all. We're going to have roasted duck, which is a very famous dish here in Asia, and it's very tasty. So I'll show you later what's on their menu. So Beijing roasted duck is the national symbol of China. It was mentioned in the complete recipes for dishes and beverages manual since BC 400 and became the most famous dish in the southern Song dynasty. The skills of roasting duck were spread to Beijing in Yuan dynasty. By the Qianlong period, the duck entered the imperial court food menus and now served at thousands of restaurants around the world. Empire City Roasted Duck offers an array of authentic Beijing cuisines using the first-class Beijing duck, which weighed around 2 kg. The meat is comparably tender. Served with homemade sauce, you can experience the pleasant taste of Beijing cuisines, which surely mesmerize your taste buds. Now, does this not sound very appealing to all of you guys? And here I'm going to guide you guys a little bit through the menu as well. It looks very fantastic. They have a lot of great dishes and I can tell you the food is really nice here. If you're ever in a neighborhood visiting Hong Kong and you'll be visiting Kowloon in Tsim Sha Tsui, where a lot of tourists will go, then this restaurant is definitely a good recommendation. Here we're starting with the first dish. On the right side we can find drunken chicken, which we will call in Mandarin in Putonghua. It's called 醉鸡. 醉 means drunken and 鸡 means chicken, so in one word, 醉鸡. On the left side, this is also a very special dish. Show you here in the menu how it looks like on the photograph, which they put more of these pieces together. This is a so-called crystal pork cold cut, and in Mandarin we call this 正酱羊肉, which means a braised pork. And now this beautiful main dish is arriving on the table. It is absolutely one of my super favorites dishes from the Beijingese kitchen. This dish is called 片皮烤鸭 in Putonghua, or in Mandarin. We call this 片皮烤鸭. 片皮 means also peeling or sliced skin. 片 means like, you slice something, and then 皮 means like skin. In Chinese, it is a key element of the traditional Beijing roast duck, also known as 烤鸭. So that also explains like 烤鸭 means like Peking duck. The focus is on the crispy skin, which is meticulously separated from the meat, sliced thinly and served separately to be enjoyed with thin pancakes, scallions, cucumber, and hoisin sauce. And in this restaurant, they especially also added like some sliced melon, honeydew melon, and radish. The purple one is radish, to even make it more full of flavor and tastier. Hoisin sauce is also a Cantonese word, which means a seafood sauce. So if you ever come across Asia in Hong Kong or even China, then this is definitely a must try because it's a very famous dish, like I just explained, with a very long historical history. Beijing duck itself is already very tasty, especially when it's made well, but especially in this combination, it is so fantastic. And then we roll it up and it becomes like a pancake with like a piece of duck skin inside the pancake together with like cucumber, which is sliced, and some others like leek and radish. You see? We have like some radish, cucumber, some leek, and then the orange one is like a melon, honeydew melon. So it's very interesting because they use something different than normal. They use like some kind of like, you know, honeydew melon and cucumber and then radish and also leek, and everything is like sliced that you can put on the pancake and put like a piece of like duck skin on it, and then all together we roll it up, and I already started eating and it looks delicious. Yes. And we have here now a beautiful soup. Yep. You guys must think this is pumpkin soup, right? But it's not pumpkin soup. It's actually shark fin soup. Yes, this is very famous delicacy in China. Is the shark fin soup, and we call shark fin soup in 鱼翅根. Yu means like fish, right? 翅 means like the fin, right? And then shark fin soup, tang, is normally soup, but when the soup is a bit thicker, we call it like 根, 鱼翅根. And then in 廣東話 Cantonese is called 魚翅羹, 係嘛? So it sounds a little bit similar, but let's stick to the Mandarin first. Okay, I will enjoy this. Now we're moving forward to the next dish. This is very interesting too, very famous because we have here 3 different types of food in one plate. One is the abalone, which we call 鲍鱼. And abalone 鲍鱼 is a very popular dish, especially it is also believed among ladies that it can improve elasticity in her skin because it will improve the growth of collagen as well. It is a luxury dish, and then next to it we have a piece of meat. It's called 红烧肉. Hong means like red because the meat looks a little bit red in itself because they add some sauce to it that makes the meat more red. 烧肉 means burnt meat. This is related to the way how they prepare this meat. And then the green vegetable, which adds a vitamin and flavor to the dish. We call this vegetable in Chinese Mandarin 白菜. 白 means actually white in Chinese literally, and 菜 means like vegetable. The sauce from this dish is also very delicious, and some people they love to keep the sauce on the plate to mix it a bit with the white rice to give it more flavor. Also, I really love the way how they prepare the vegetable because it's not too soft, it's a bit crunchy still. The abalone tastes very well, the texture is really good. A bit like hard but not like too stiff. However, for the red meat, I think it could be a little bit better done. It is really hard to judge only from the outlook whether the food is tasty or not. So that's why I explained a little bit about the taste of the food. You can be assured that the vegetable and the abalone are so good prepared according to my experience. However, the red meat, I think it could be a little bit better done. I think the texture of the piece of meat is a little bit dry, and also the sauce is not really integrated with the piece of meat, as I tried this dish in different restaurants before, and this is not the best way of cooking this meat. The abalone and then the vegetable, they're really perfectly fine. That's just my honest opinion about this dish for those who also are interested in good food whenever they visit Hong Kong. But so far, most of the food is so good, so we'll move on very fast to the next dish. So I'm going to try it out, see how it tastes. First we start with the abalone. You can eat it with like, instead of chopsticks, it's easier to eat it with like fork and knife. I will do it in a traditional way with chopsticks. Yummy! Very tender, very juicy, very good texture. Let's try a bite of this veggie. Yummy, 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 yummy. Very good. Very big piece of meat. So roll. Not bad. Honestly speaking, I have eaten this better before. This one is a little bit dry on the inner texture. The sauce, it tastes like not really like it's cooked together for a long time. It tastes like they put some sauce superficially on the outside. Because this is a very famous dish I've tried much more times before, so I can say this is not the best. But okay, it's not too bad. I mean, like overall the dishes are good, right? Still yummy. And now we're going to the next dish, which is like a small croaker fish. Small croaker fish is a very famous dish in mainland China, and it's a small dish. It's a small fish, I mean. It's very yummy, and I don't know how they prepare it, but it's like very crispy. I think they probably like fried it. Am I correct? This is like a fried croaker fish, and it's very crispy, very yummy. The temperature they use must be like just good enough to not put it too long in the pan to fry it, so that the skin will be very crispy, and inside the fish meat is like so light. You see? So nice.
Yummy.
Yummy. And even the tail, it's like so crispy you can eat it. It's almost like a tempura. Don't forget to also take a sip of your tea. Indulging myself. 这个是我们叫白菜，普通话叫白菜。And this dish is also very healthy. It is Chinese cabbage that they have prepared in a soup basis. Vegetable is very tender, and they topped it off with some pickles in the soup basis. And also on top we find some meat, which is kind of like a Chinese Parma ham. I would say it as a comparison. The reason why it's because it is also like aged ham, and it tastes a little bit salty, and then they put it usually in soup. Only need to add a little bit of these ham, and then the flavor will come out very easily, especially when you put it in soup or in this vegetable, because it's in a soup base. It has a very nice aroma, and it tastes also very nice. So for this vegetable, we also call this in 普通话白菜, 大白菜, because it's big. So 大 means like big, and 白 means like white, and 菜 means like vegetable. And this is also, by the way, one of the last dishes that is in this set dinner. Tell me what you think about this kind of interactive way of learning Mandarin and Chinese together during some social activities, which is also related to Chinese culture, so that you also learn a little bit about the food culture, as the food is a very big part of Chinese culture. So that's why I love to share this also. And then a lot of people, they might also want to know what is like in the Chinese cuisine, especially when they go traveling. So I thought it's a good mix and match to give more away than only language. Food is of course also a part of like language between people. There was only one little dish that I forgot to film, which is the xiaolongbao. You guys must have heard about this one because it's a very famous dish that they sometimes also serve during dim sum time. Dim sum is actually a Cantonese word and stands for small snacks during tea time, and literally means in Cantonese touch the heart. So back to this dish and the Mandarin language, this xiaolongbao means literally small buns basket. Xiao means small, and then long means basket, and then bao means buns. Now we're going to the end of the dinner set, which is the dessert. this is a very special dessert. It is some kind of like rolled dessert, and inside they have red bean paste, and the outside is made from rice together with some flavor, and it has a very sweet taste and also a little bit sticky kind of taste. And they use some kind of sweet powder on top, and then the combination is really delicious. I am not sure what the exact name is of this dish, I forgot to ask, but I can tell you that red bean in Chinese Mandarin is hong dou and sticky rice is nuo mi. This is a very royal dinner set menu, I could say, because we have a second dessert, which is a dessert soup. It is very common for Chinese people to end off their dinner with a sweet soup, and in this case it is the bird's nest soup. Ooh. So now I'm drinking a very special soup, which is like made already for thousands of years, and I would say the wife of the emperor, they would drink such a soup because it's made of like bird's nest. It's the saliva of the swallow, and then with like a rock sugar. It's a sweet dessert soup, and then they put like a bird's nest inside. It's called bird's nest, but it's actually the saliva of swallows, and then they cook it together. They don't really cook it, it's more like steam, so that all the nutrition from the soup they will come out, and then the flavor is like very mild, but it should supposed to have a very good effect on female skin to stay young and pretty forever. So let me try. I feel 10 years younger. So this famous bird's nest soup, which is a sweet dessert soup, is called in Chinese Mandarin 燕窝汤. Is the other dessert that I haven't tried yet. A little bit sticky. Tastes like sticky rice. 浓密，这是浓密啊。Inside there's like red bean paste. 红豆，里面是红豆，有一点点甜的 ，a little bit sweet, but not too sweet. It's very yummy. You should try it. This powder is very tasty too. You can just like, you know, smudge a little bit on it. Yummy. So, thank you everybody for watching, because I've came now almost to an end, and I hope you enjoyed this interactive way of learning simple Mandarin dishes, food names and daily words, all while exploring the rich food culture across Asia. I love to hear what you think about this style of learning. Does it help you to connect better with language and culture? Please leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I will see you next time.